Even folks. I'm doing well this evening. Just almost finished my Magic article for the week. Played some matches with this. Currently 2-1. I think we need to 7-2 to make the finals. When we get money, we get paid for every match we win, so that's nice. Got that going for us. I mean, I don't know. I guess different people tried different varying amounts. I didn't put a whole ton of thought into when I had to submit a deck list. I had a lot of other stuff going on Magic-wise, so I wasn't able to devote a ton of time to working on a deck list for this event. What do I got going on here? So we're going to be playing 3 matches with Restore Balance tonight. We went 2-1 last week, and we've got 3 more matches next week. Looks like my Magic Online is alive. That's good. We were playing against red-white Goblins in the first round, and it looks like he's splashing white off of 8 lands for Wear Tear and Thalia. So I don't know if we really like Wear Tear is kind of annoying, but I don't think we care about the rest of these cards. Didn't have any artifact hate really? Nope. Howdy, ZH Chariot. We're getting real close here. All right. We're going to try and restore balance here. Yeah, we might hit it. If we hit it before the weekend, I might do it Sunday into Monday. We'll see. I'm going to die roll. That's pretty good against the aggro deck. What does this hand do? This hand can just, like, turn 2 Wrath him. That's got to be good, right? Obviously, we're not going to Wrath him on 2, but if we could Wrath him super early, like his turn 3, turn 4. We're playing against Max Longitude, who's on Goblins. So this hand's pretty medium overall, but just like having access to the combo quick and easy is super valuable against an aggressive deck. So like knowing what our opponent's playing is phenomenal. I probably keep this in the dark against most people, but it's definitely a keep against, red deck play all my idiots. We're fetching now before the trigger because this increases the likelihood that we draw a spell next turn. Greater Gargadon, sweet. Let's go ahead and suspend this idiot. So Gargadon, for those who are not aware, we can sacrifice permanents to Gargadon to remove time counters from it. I'm not sure if we're going to want to kill all the lands or not. How many lands is Max playing? Max is playing He's only got 20 lands in his deck, so maybe I am okay just, like, killing all of our lands next turn. I could even pitch the Spirit Guide to cast the Demonic Dread and then play the Forest as a follow-up afterwards. That doesn't seem unreasonable. Yeah, especially if he's stuck on one here. Border Post on top, sure. And Border Post means we only have to sacrifice... Is that one last land we have to sacrifice? Oh, he has another land. Okay. Does he have a follow-up, idiot? Looks like he does. Let's just shock myself, pass. So he's got a lightning bolt that he's planning to point at our dome. And the fact that he didn't play out another threat, maybe he wants to play around the sweeper this turn. I guess that doesn't seem unreasonable. Because we have 2 forests here, I'm going to go ahead and throw away one of the forests as opposed to throwing away my swamp and my mountain here. We only have 2 demonic dreads in the deck, so I want to keep red plus green, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and play forest. We're going to float red and green, and we're going to play this for the alternative cost, paying green, return basic mountain to our hand, and put this into play. Then we're going to go ahead and pitch Simian Spirit Guide, play this, cast Demonic Dread, engage control, holding priority, target your Goblin Guide. In response to this, we're going to activate Greater Gargadon here and sacrifice a land. Then we're going to activate Greater Gargadon and sacrifice a land. Yeah, that's fine. We go to 12. Activate Greater Gargadon and sacrifice this land. And then this is going to get a restore balance for us. It's going to kill both of his creatures and both of his lands. Spirit Guide does not tap in your hand anymore. I already played a land this turn, right? Yeah, I played the forest. Yeah, I played the forest. He has tapped lands. That's pretty good. I could have waited one more turn, I guess, but I didn't want to go too low and give him a chance like Goblin Grenade does. And Greater Gargadon comes off in a few turns here. He's down to 6 counters, I believe. Violent Outburst is great because it means we're going to get to restore balance again here next turn. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's so good for us. That's so good for us. And this is an instant speed. Yeah, I guess I'll put this into play, and then... Oh, we can just hardcast this Wildfire Border Post, right? Do I want to pick a forest back up? I don't think I do. Let's just hardcast this. Oh, these always enter tapped, huh? Yeah, okay. Shows how much I played this deck. I was like, oh, I didn't realize those always enter tapped. So we could put this into play this turn. We could just like during the upkeep here. Yeah, that seems super reasonable, right? Like let's just violent outburst during the upkeep here. Yeah. I think I don't want us. Well, I guess suspending this restore balance means we can. I think making him go down to 1 card in hand is fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Does he play Path? I don't think he plays Path. He does not have Path in his 75. So yeah, so I'm just gonna restore balance here during the upkeep and put this Greater Gargadon into play this turn. During the upkeep means we have 1 less card in our hand, so he's gonna have to discard 1 more card. No, it doesn't matter. Like our opponent's going to lose their entire board, and he's going to lose 3 of the cards in his hand. Like this is fine. Like, if we draw a card we can't cast, we'll be really sad because we're gonna put this Greater Gargadon into play by sacrificing these border posts. Yeah, man, bolt us. That's fine. This thing has 9 power, right? Yeah. So this is just we're just gonna hit him for 9 this turn and then hit him for 9 next turn, and the game will be over. Yeah. So we're just gonna go ahead and activate this. Activate this. Put Greater Gargadon into play. Attack for 9. Fair and balanced. Your move. This is my 9/7. Alright. And he's dead. Alright. Magic's sweet. Alright. Board and Timely Reinforcements. Lodestone Golem doesn't seem great. Shriekmaw. Shriekmaw's probably fine. Do you want Beast Within? Beast Within's probably not great. Let me see what all is in this deck. It doesn't have anything we really want to Beast Within for. Yeah, I'm going to cut the Beast Withins. Yeah, not at all Control Geek. That's awesome. I've been doing my best to mind my language too, so we can keep it a family-friendly show. So maybe I don't want both Shriekmaws post board. That's the only. I don't know that gifts. I don't know that gifts is too slow. I mean, like gifts, Elish Norn and Burial Rites. Like this package seems really good. And like we've got timely reinforcements to like stall the board, and we've got Simian Spirit Guides to like speed up gifts. Like we can turn 3 gifts, turn 4, put Elish Norn into play. So like I think the gifts are fine. Yeah, I think I'm just not gonna board in both Shriekmaws. I think that seems narrow. I think this is the configuration I want. We cut Lodestone Golem, Beast Withins, and we brought in 2 Timely Reinforcements and 1 Shriekmaw. Seems super reasonable. Yeah, and I think the fact that we have Simian Spirit Guides. Yeah, the 100 ticket challenge is a streamer event. We've got 20 different people all streaming budget modern decks that all cost less than 100 tickets. This deck is actually cost a lot less than 100 tickets. It's like 52 or 53 tickets to put together. And this is like an existing like tier. This is probably like a tier 3 deck in modern, and it does sweet things. The one thing that this deck suffers from in a normal modern format is that it suffers splash hate from robots being powerful. Like Stony Silence is really miserable for this deck. That's why there's a bunch of Wispmares in the sideboard. And like if I were playing this in a non-budget modern event, I'd probably go as far as to play 4 Wispmare just so you can like always kill a Stony Silence. And like Shatterstorm's pretty miserable because like all of your border posts are artifacts. That's why I'm kind of hoping they do something to nerf Affinity in the next ban list update, because it will make decks like this and like Tezzerator better because people have less hate for artifacts. What does this hand do? This hand's kind of medium. It just doesn't have a fast. I think we just like want a fast restore balance in this matchup, and like this hand has Elish Norn in it already, so it's like kind of a mulligan. It's kind of a mulligan to start. So I think we just want restore balance by like turn 4 in this matchup, and I guess this is technically restore balance by turn 5, but that seems much too slow. So I'm gonna go ahead and mulligan this. This hand doesn't do a whole lot. It's just like it's actually just 6 lands. I think a 5 with a quick restore balance is better than that. Well, this hand does what I was asking for, but it doesn't have lands in it. I guess we get a Scry. This is probably better than going to 4. Yeah, we'll Scry. We'll keep in Scry. And we might just not do anything and die this game. Like that's a very, very real possibility. Bottom that, because that's not a land. And aggro deck doesn't have a 1-drop. Alright, well, you know. Maybe I'm supposed to go to 4. Maybe I'm supposed to keep that 6. I don't know. Watch him play Thalia. Goblin, just pile driver, that's fine. Land. If we land this turn, we could be in it. Alright, well. Suspend Greater Gargadon. We tried, you know. War Marshal, sure. Yeah, we're probably supposed to go to 4 with this hand. There aren't a lot of lands in this deck. Like we only have 12 lands. Yeah, I thought we were on 14. I don't know the deck list all that well, to be honest. Should probably, that's why you'll see me clicking back and forth between the two a lot to like check in on like what our outs are in particular spots. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and try again. Maybe I think I keep that 6 is what's actually supposed to happen there. I think that's realistically better. Yeah, this deck just like. Yeah, I think that's correct. Like the 6 land hand had all of our colors. We had 2 fetch lands and then border posts. So like we're scrying to 10 combo cards. Any of the Cascade cards cast a Restore Balance, and we could have cast any of the Cascade cards with that hand. So I think we were supposed to keep the 6 on the draw with a scry. It was definitely better than the 5, and I think in general it was just a keep. Well, definitely take the play. This hand's super medium. I think we'll keep. It's got a turn 4 gifts, turn 5 Elish Norn. His deck's not super quick. If he has a slow-ish start, we could be okay. If he has a quick start, we are just gonna die. The real question is, do we suspend Gargadon or Restore Balance on 1? I think I want to do the Gargadon on 1. Because Restore Balance taking 6 turns is just going to be... Or on 2, sorry. Because this comes into play tapped. So, I think I'd rather do this on 2 than anything else. Turn 1 drop is not good for us. Suspend. Gonna put this one into play, so that way if we draw a Violent Outburst, we can cast it. Because we have more Violent Outbursts than Demonic Dreads in the deck, so. Miss a land drop? Miss a land drop would be great for us. Yeah, just hit us for 2 and pass. Please, 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 please. Yes! Alright, alright. So you're saying there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. That's all I need. All I need is a chance. We get to actually cast this guy. Just like actually ramp a little bit here. Oh baby. Oh baby. So let's see, he plays. We want to miss a land drop for like 1 more turn here. Plays Raging or Goblin Guy. No, just Founder's Genesis is great. So we take 4 here and go to 14. We gifts for Elish. Next turn we're probably taking 6 to 8. And then Elish probably just kills him. Pikachu on screen there. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate the support. I think I'm going, since we picked up the Spirit Guide, I'm just going to go ahead and put this border post into play and use the Spirit Guide to cast the gifts at his end step. Oh wait, I can replay the land. Right, that's how that works. Oh, and then I can put this into play and then use the Spirit Guide. Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, that's fine. Probably both of the lands. So even if he has a Goblin Guide here, worst case scenario is he goes land Mog and puts 2 creatures into play, or land Dragon Fodder and puts 2 creatures into play and hits us for 9 down to 5, and then we get double bolted out of the game. But if we just take 6 here down to 8, he has to triple bolt us out of the game because he can't. I don't think he can interact with an Elish Norn outside of like triple bolting it. Yeah, so we're just gonna put an Elish Norn onto play. So we're going to put Elish Norn into play on our next turn, and everything will be hunky-dory. So hopefully he just has another brick here, and he just builds a house with all of his bricks. Ban Karn. No one's banning Karn in Modern. I would be shocked. Turn off auto-yield so I don't do something stupid. And then Gargadon is very... Gargadon is actually very... I mean, to be fair, our opponent's stuck on one land here, but our start also wasn't good. I think Gifts is more than fast enough if we, like, Wrath them early. This is a turn 5. This is a turn 5 Elesh Norn. I hope he's just contemplating all of his options that suck. Just don't put us to 5 this turn, Max. Come on, Max, have a heart. Don't put me to 5 or 6. Don't do it. Goblin Guide into Double Bolt can kill us if we don't draw something to discard his hand and all that jazz. So we do kill him fairly quickly. Ban Karn. Oh, okay. Sorry. Got it. We do have an emote of my oldest child now. I was going to make one for both of them, but they rejected the emote of my younger child, so I'm going to figure out why that happened. But we have my older child looking obnoxious. Still here? I'm connected, right? OBS isn't having any connection issues. Maxi Poo! Maxi Poo! The kids, my wife is upstairs working on some stuff, so she is, the kids are up there with him. The emotes only work for subscribers. If you become a subscriber and support the wonderful stream, you can put my wonderful, adorable child's picture in any Twitch stream of your choosing. We get a few others as well. Got some dice and... So long as none of his options put us to 6 life or less, I'm happy here. So long as we stay above 6, if we end this turn above 6, I'm super happy. Goblin Guide puts us to 6, which is unfortunate. Just a Bushwhacker. Yeah, so this just puts us to 8, which is wonderful. It's fine. I will go to 8. Don't play land on another guy. Yeah, sweet. Sweet. He's building a house with all of his bricks. He's a brick. Boom, boom, boom. House. We do have a Bolt the Bird emote. I choose you, Max. So we get Elesh Norn and Unburial Rites. For those of you that have never seen this trick before, you can choose to only get 2 cards with Gifts Ungiven, and they both go to your graveyard. Yeah, we just want to stay out of double bolt range. Like, triple bolt is fairly unlikely. I mean, he should be scared of Violent Outburst. It's very bad for him. Wrath your boards. This has 7 counters on it. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands, so I can't put Greater Gargadon into play, so he's dead in 2. Greater Gargadon comes into play. It does say 4 cards, you're right. But what it actually means is up to 4 cards. Because your library is considered a hidden zone, so your opponent can't know that, like, what if your library is just 3 different basic lands? He must not have any lightning bolts in his hand, he said GG's. Yep, exactly. We were safe from Goblin Grenades, so it's just a bunch of bolts that we were afraid of. Opponent said GG's, and we are all done. Super lickety-split quick. So for those of you that are not aware, what I'm playing in is part of a streamer event being put on by the wonderful people at Card Hoarder. We are all playing modern decks that cost less than 100 tickets with the stipulation that Eye of Ugin is banned. And the deck that I have chosen to play is a combo deck in 2 different directions. First is that we have the combo that you just saw executed in that last game, which is Gifts Ungiven for Unburial Rites plus a fatty like Elesh Norn. We also have Thrag Tusk and Lodestone Golem. And then
We have a couple copies of Bring to Light to find Gifts Ungiven or just the Thragtusk or the Lodestone Golem directly. You can also find some utility cards like Beast Within. But then the combo that this deck is named after is Restore Balance. So Restore Balance is a no casting cost card similar to Living End that's actual balance, just like Living End is Living Death. And so what this deck does is it plays a bunch of Cascade cards like Living End does, and it cascades into Restore Balance, and you sacrifice your lands to Greater Gargadon so your opponent loses all of their lands, or you just have these Border Posts, which are effectively tapped land drops that return your basic land to your hand. So you return your lands to your hand with Border Posts, and then you use a Cascade spell to cascade into a Restore Balance, and it kills their creatures that are in play, and it kills their lands because you sacrifice your lands, you put them back in your hand with Border Posts, and then you either beat them down with a Gargadon, or you gifts for Elish Norn or Thragtusk or something and put it into play that way. We also have a couple other random utility cards for Bring to Light to get, like we've got 1 Timely Reinforcements in the main that Bring to Light can fetch, and then we've got some sideboarding with decks like this is always interesting because you have to play cards that cost more than 3 or 3 or more, because if you play cards that cost less than 3, you can cascade into them with your cascade cards. So we have like Wisp Mare to destroy enchantments because it can evoke for 1, but it costs 3, so you can't cascade into it. Same thing with Ingot Chewer for artifacts and Shriek Maw as a removal spell, and Ricochet Trap to interact with Counter Magic. I guess if you were really afraid of Path to Exile decks, you could play a Stormbreath Dragon in the sideboard of Kiki Cord, but I think you'd rather just like have more Revel Arc to beat those types of decks than Kiki Cord. Peace Waffleophagus. Let's see how the rest of the people are doing. So who are we playing next? So this is an all-streamer event, so we're playing against 3 other people who are also streaming tonight. So we're playing against MTG Blogger in the next round, who's playing Ad Nauseam. Oh, we could play Test while we wait, couldn't we? Yeah, we've probably got 20 minutes. Yeah, that sounds fun. Let's do that. That's a great idea. I was going to pull up. I don't really want to watch Ad Nauseam play, though. I've never been impressed with Iona in Modern. It's just never a deck that I want to... never a card that I really want to put into play. Yeah, sweet. So we're going to play some Epic Storm between rounds here. That's a legacy deck for those that are not familiar. Is a deck that So the Epic Storm is similar to Ant, except it plays Burning Wish for utility, and it also has a little bit more consistent turn 1 combo percentage. Sweet. And they should be... Usually these are quick enough. Like there's a lot of decision points, but like if our opponent's not playing Miracles, 20 minutes would be more than enough time. What does this hand do? This hand really doesn't make any mana, but it's got Probe plus Cabal Therapy and some cantrips, so it's probably a fine keep. Fair warning, I'm not extremely proficient with this deck. I'm probably the opposite of extremely proficient, but I'm learning and I'm enjoying playing it. So if you see lines that I am not seeing, feel free to point them out. Well, we're gonna take away his Divining Tops here just because it's literally a 2-for-1. You create a league for a select group of people by manually pairing each other and then manually challenging each other because Magic Online is miserable and doesn't let you have events just for particular people. Opponent's Keep was also kind of miserable. He's just like hoping to... Sensei. So we're just going to take his 2 tops away and like leave him with 3... It's a shame we can't name Flooded Strand, because we definitely would name Flooded Strand there. He's just like hoping to find a Brainstorm and like brainstorm those tops back. So we're just like taking away his 2 cards now. He did have a full house, didn't he? Alright, so this hand definitely needs some help. So we're going to start with a Brainstorm and hopefully we don't find 3 non-lands. Damn it, Worth. Damn it, Worth. Alright, so we're going to put back Empty the Warrens and we're going to put back... Gonna put back Duress, Ponder. I think we're putting back Ponder, and then we don't have to discard at least because we cast Cabal Therapy last turn, so we'll pass the turn, and then next turn we'll draw the Ponder, and then cast the Ponder so we can find a land, hopefully. Sure, the Ponder's better for finding specifically, like, if we're looking for exactly a land, but we have a lot of lands in the deck. And, like, if you... Opponent doesn't have discard spells in their deck, so we don't need to protect anything with that. But I mean, like, if we hit a fetch land with the Ponder, we could play the Ponder afterwards. You see one more card with the Ponder. I understand that. Just nice top decks. Opponent kept an awful hand, and then we got punished. Ugh. All right, so we bring in Abrupt Decays, and we cut the empty, and we bring in the Bayou. Oh, the Epic Storm. Sideboarding guide. What am I cutting? Miracles. I'm cutting Chromoxes is what he cuts. Okay. And a Ponder. Has he got a Swamp too? Cuts a Swamp, yep. So we'll cut the Swamp and we'll bring in a Thoughtseize. I mean, this hand is slow, but it's got 2 Abrupt Decays to fight through some of his best cards. So we're just going to Ponder on 1, probably looking for discard spells here. I don't think we really want these. Let's shuffle. We're looking for tutors. So we found a tutor, so that's good. Now we're looking for discard spells. We're looking for, like, tutors or wishes there. Pikachu on screen there. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the stream. Does this deck ever not have top on 1? Please play Counterbalance next turn. Please play Counterbalance next turn. Rats. Because we have 2 Abrupt Decays in our hand, I would say if he plays a fetch land this turn, I'm going to Abrupt Decay the top if he corrects the fetch. Make him shuffle it away. Alright, well, now we're playing the waiting game. We're waiting for like a Duress or a Probe or a Cabal Therapy to kind of give ourselves a heads up of what he's got going on in hand. Before we just try and go for it here. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can we are playing matches of tests in between rounds of the Modern event. So we're playing 3 matches of Modern in the Card Hoarder 100 ticket challenge, and we need something to do on the in between. So I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and Infernal Tutor for another LED here, just like lets us use our mana for the turn. And if he wants to burn a counterspell on this, I'm fine with that. So this, when you're not Hellbent, you get to reveal a card from your hand and go get that card. So I'll just grab another Lion's Eye Diamond here. This fetch is reserved for getting a... This is like good Belcher. This is like Belcher that can like beat our opponent who has a counterspell occasionally. Land or something. Alright, land's good. I guess we really want to discard spell. And actually, this was an incorrect fetch. I should have gotten something so we drew another land at least. So if he cracks the fetch here, I'm going to click. Sure. So he's going to target us with this and probably take away Infernal Tutor. We'll see what he takes here. In all honesty, I think if he doesn't take an Abrupt Decay, I'm going to Abrupt Decay the click here. Just like our life total is an important resource to go off when we go off with Ad Nauseam, and it keeps his clock off the table. So if he doesn't take anything, he takes... Oh, God! Dang it, Worth! Come on! Cut me some slack! Please? Please? That was actually unlucky. So there's one Bayou in the deck, and I didn't fetch it in response to the click trigger, so we can't Abrupt Decay the click right now because we drew the Bayou. All right. You know, what a beating. Oh, what a beating. Yeah, man, you got a Jace. Now we need a discard spell and a Tutor or Burning Wish. Alright, Brainstorm's a good draw. I don't know that that's strictly a punt because I wanted to save the fetch land so we could shuffle the Infernal Tutor back into the deck. So I don't think... I mean, that's because Miracles is a really cheap deck to build on Magic Online, so a lot of people play it. Like, Miracles doesn't involve Wasteland, Rishadan Port, or most of the other cards that are really expensive in Legacy Magic Online, so there's far more Miracles on Magic Online than there is in paper. Yeah, and like I said, I wanted to save a punt. I wanted to save a fetch land in order to put the... It's gonna name Abrupt Decay. Lion's Idem. You know I have another Decay in my hand. So I think I'm gonna crack this because I don't want to draw the Brainstorm fetch land that's on top of our deck. Do I just Brainstorm now? Nah, I probably want to draw one more card before we do that. All right, Probe. Let's see on a scale of 1 to screwed. How screwed are we? That's all, huh? That's all you got? Man, opponent, you're so unlucky. All right, that's it, huh? All right, well, if I'm my opponent, I reb this Brainstorm. I guess he has to crack a fetch line to do it, but rebbing this Brainstorm is pretty good. All right, things are not looking good for our hero. We're not. Outlook does not look so good. So we're going to decay this because, again, just preserving the life total takes his clock off. He's probably going to find a counterbalance at some point, and then we have to find a third Abrupt Decay. So even with like all the cards in his hand, our chances of winning this game are not good. It's possible that this opening hand wasn't a keep. It was just too reactive without any discard spells in it. Yeah, the 100-ticket challenge lists are set for the entire series. All right, show me all of your secrets. Oh, good, he found another threat. Perfect. And there's probably a Force of Will just like floating on top of his library. We're just gonna keep playing. We'll keep playing this game until he kills us or the next round starts. But if the next round is ready to start, we'll call it a day. What are we playing against next in the challenge? Oh, we're playing against Ad Nauseam combo, which probably isn't a great matchup for us. I guess we can kill all of their lands. L-Jack, that is not true. Combo decks do not always lose to control decks. Control decks are good at not dying to the combo decks quickly, but you have to have a clock to beat the combo decks, which our opponent has to actually kill us. He can't just like, I guess with counterbalance, they can actually like, this control deck, okay, I guess can actually kill us or lock us out permanently because counterbalance is pretty mind-numbing. I would probably enjoy Legacy a lot more if this wasn't a deck, 'cause even the fair decks are pretty miserable to play against this. Like, tempo decks are designed to beat combo decks. They have disruption and efficient threats. Control decks are not designed to beat combo decks. Miracles in itself is basically a 2-card combo deck. That, like, this is a 2-card combo deck that's good in the format for the same reason Chalice on 1 is good in the format. The difference between Red Elemental Blast and Pyroblast is that Pyroblast can target non-blue cards, which means if you need to generate Storm with it, you can just cast it. So our opponent has... I closed out the picture. We're just gonna concede and call it a day. He's got a clock and all these other things going on. They can both get misdirected. Saying Red Elemental Blast can't get misdirected is incorrect. You can misdirection the Red Elemental Blast to misdirection. Misdirection is still a legal target on the stack while misdirection is resolving. It is a very common misconception that Red Elemental Blast can't be misdirected, but that isn't true. Apologies if that clap was loud near the microphone. I got a little excited there, because that is wrong. My hex name is Jeff Hoagland. I just use the same thing everywhere. Cuts down on confusion. I am playing Brian Cook's list directly, card for card. So that is or we're not playing card. I changed one card. I cut his Grape Shot for a Massacre. All right, next round, the 100-ticket challenge is coming up here. So currently 3-1 in this. So, because it's choose modes. Okay, that's fair. But most of the time you're just targeting blue spells on the stack. But that's fair. I hadn't considered that aspect of it. This hand just doesn't do anything. Our opponent's playing a spell-based combo deck. So this is the deck that our opponent is playing. Yeah, I think we just mulligan this. We need a Restore Balance to kill his lands, and this doesn't have lands in it, so we have to mulligan this. This has a quick Restore Balance, so we'll keep. Ian Unmitigated with the 2-month resub. Welcome to the thank you, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the continued support. I really appreciate that. Goes a long way. So thank you again. So we'll kick our sub goal counter up to 91 here. Working our way towards that 12-hour stream. So we're getting Island Plains with these. Ooh, we don't need to get plains anymore, so I can get forest with this. See Pikachu on stream there. Welcome you to the stream, new follower. All right. Oh, he had a Lotus Bloom on suspend too. Okay. Things that are worth noting. Half the sub money goes to me. At a certain point, when you get enough subs, apparently you can negotiate for a higher sub rate. But as of right now, I see half of the sub money. Hello, toddler. Did you have a good nap? Yeah. So I can play this Evolving Wilds, crack it for a forest, and then we can go ahead and tap this this and cast this and return this to my hand. And then next turn, we can Ardent Plea and kill all the lands. The donation, I get the entire thing, sans the small PayPal fee. So we'll play this, and the reason why I'm doing this before we cast the Ardent Plea is it takes a card out of our hand, so he's gonna have to discard more cards this way. Already Spirit Goddess would, and I might, in all honesty, I might discard the Spirit Guide just for like random mana here, because it makes him discard another card. I think I'm actually gonna do that because like beating him down with this is super slow. So yeah, so I'm just gonna do this. This will restore balance and make him discard 3 cards and sack all his lands. We are going to have an emote for Declan as well. Thirst for knowledge. Sure, man. You do you. And like for reference, the deck list that I'm playing, the Restore Balance deck, is like an existing tier 3 deck in Modern, and I didn't make any budget restraints for it. We kept... And like if he's got Angelic Grace plus Ad Nauseam in his hand, we're just going to die to these 2 Lotus Blooms next turn, unfortunately, but there's nothing we can do about that. Our actual win condition is, I'm assuming the 2 cards he kept. He discarded an Ad Nauseam. 3 Karan with the $20 donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the support. That should automatically add to the GP Charlotte fund, I think. Do I need to refresh this? I'll just go up. Oh, yeah, look at that. It goes up automatically. Twitch alerts is great, too. I didn't actually, like, what win condition, what parts of my deck list do you find strange? Because I didn't really make any budget restrictions. Like, I looked at a lot of different deck lists, and I made some decisions, like the Bring to Light package is obviously, like, a decision I made. Unfortunately, we're probably going to die next turn. But, you know, that's what we do. We can win through Unburial Rites or Greater Gargadon, or Bring to Light. Bring to Light does it too. We could also like Simian Spirit Guide Beatdown in theory, but that's not real in this matchup, I don't think. So this other Lotus Bloom's gonna come into play, and he's gonna crack 1 for black and 1 for white and combo kill us here. So I'm assuming we're dead. Which I guess maybe he's just not lucky enough to have had it, but yeah, it's pretty likely we're dead. Yep, we're dead. Alright, so for those of you who've never seen the Ad Nauseam combo deck go off in Modern before, the Angel's Grace, so they don't lose the game for having less than 1 life here. And then I can't pull it up because Magic Online sucks. And then they cast Ad Nauseam, which is actually the card that the Storm combo deck we play in Legacy plays. And then they draw literally their entire deck. And then they pitch copies of Simian Spirit Guide to make red mana to activate Lightning Storm a whole bunch of times. And to activate Lightning Storm a whole bunch of times and deal a bunch of damage to us. Someone asked about Tezzeret and Blood Moon. Tezzeret seems worse on average than the Bring to Light package, I think. And Tezzeret seems worse on average than the Bring to Light package. And Blood Moon's okay. I intentionally didn't want to play Blood Moon because people are going to have a lot of basics in this budget format. But in general, Blood Moon's probably fine. We are way under budget. You are correct. Card Hoarder asked about the GP fund. I had a lot of people asking if I was going to go to the Modern Grand Prix in Charlotte. Normally, I don't go to Grand Prix because they're pretty expensive to travel to, so I figured I would see if we could raise enough money through donations on stream here, which we're already 13% of the way there. So if I can get $400 together to cover a day's worth of daycare on Monday when I have to drive home, as well as a plane ticket to fly there, we will be A-okay. And we'll be able to go to the GP, which is great. Because SCG events, I can typically count on cashing some part of them, like either the Classic or, like, at the very least, like a top 64 in the Open, and, you know, mostly breaking even on the weekend. But here I cannot. So this has 16. So this has, how many counters on it now? It has 18. So now we're going to activate his Lightning Storm. Oh, yeah. Activate your Lightning Storm. Alright, and we are dead. Alright, so Slaughter Games seems great. We've got some tools for this matchup. Ingot Chewer can kill his artifact mana. I guess Terastodon isn't awful. Terastodon can, like, kill our own things, I guess. Thragtusk doesn't do much. Lodestone Golem's probably fine. Beast Within's medium. Timely Reinforcements is obviously bad. Demonic Dread is basically uncastable, right? So we should probably just trim one of those. Like, we want our combo cards, but Demonic Dread requires a creature to be in play. Prize Wall tickets are effectively cash. You can turn Prize Wall tickets into store credit, and it's pretty easy to sell Star City store credit for cash to a lot of people. No, I was just in a Legacy has leagues now, so I was playing a Legacy league. So we're gonna play those in between rounds here.
Get away from me.
If your opponent casts, oh, does he have Pact of Negations in his 75, or counterspells of any sort? I guess that's a good question. He doesn't. All right, he's got 2 Pact of Negation. Do I want to bring in Ricochet Trap for Pact of Negation? Oh, Wispmare for Unlife. That seems reasonable. Cut the other Demonic Dread. Is Wispmare even better than Ingot Chewer in that respect, then? Like, killing the artifacts doesn't seem great. Yeah, I think I like Wispmare just better.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna beat you. Stop.
Let's do that. Submit. Slaughter Games is obviously great. Just take his Ad Nauseams away and he loses the game. He has to, like, manually draw his deck out or something like that. I wish I would have played more copies of Slaughter Games in this deck. It's reasonable against Storm as well, because we can kill the Goblins. I thank everyone for hanging out here this evening. Got about 350 people. I know there's a lot of awesome people you could be watching and different things you could be doing on what day is it? I always mess up the day of the week. It's a Wednesday night on a Wednesday night. And I appreciate you choosing to spend your time here watching us play some Modern with some Legacy as well. Yeah, Slaughter Games Bring to Light is definitely wonderful. Very, very good. I don't think this match... I think this is one of the worst matchups for us. Especially if he's on spoils. He does have 2 spoils of the vault, but if he has to draw the spoils of the vault then instead of the Ad Nauseam. I mean, there's only 2 of those, so... What does this hand do? This hand is a fast Gifts Ungiven. Is fast gifts good enough? By fast gifts, I mean we can turn 3 Gifts Ungiven, turn 4 Unburial Rite something. We just, like, put Lodestone Golem into play. You just, like, turn 4 Lodestone Golem fast enough. Maybe that makes him need 7 mana to go off. And this card, like, this card's a clock. It beats down. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Let's just plan to turn 4 Lodestone Golem in. I mean, we all have our bad moments, but I try to stay mostly upbeat. So we have all of our colors in hand right, so it just doesn't really matter what I get with this, does it? Let's look at island. So next turn, we play a border post, replay the island, play another border post. And then the following turn, we play the island, pass the turn, spirit guide, gifts.
Why is this a mess? Why is everything a mess? Why is everything a mess?
All right, that's very good, because now we can just kill all the lands here in a second. So now, next turn, we can pitch Spirit Guide, Ardent Plea, kill both of the lands he has in play. Which sounds great. Pikachu running on screen there. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate the support. I've got my Shadows over Innistrad article like half written, or it's like 3/4 written, more than 3/4 written. I'm submitting it tonight after the stream. Duress. Okay, now he has to choose. Does he take the Ardent Play or does he take the gifts? He probably takes the Ardent Play here. I mean, Adam, you're entitled to your opinion, but like we're literally playing what is a tier 3 deck at best, and I think part of the reason that it's tier 3 is that people haven't really explored the options that are available to it. Cast this, kill his lands, make him discard 2 cards. Oh, you know what? I messed up here. So what I should have done here is I should have played this Evolving Wilds, and no, this isn't an instant, so that doesn't mess. Okay, never mind. So one trick you can do with this deck when you have Violent Outburst is that you can crack your Evolving Wilds and then Violent Outburst in response and get another card out of them, basically. So now he lost both of his lands. He had to discard 2 cards, so that's not bad for us. So let's play this. And unfortunately, we don't really have a clock right now. So that's what we're waiting on at this point, is looking for a clock. Transverse the Uvenwald. I'm not sure what that card does offhand. I've only like just started reading through the spoilers. Lotus Bloom suspended. Sure. That's a good pickup. Nasty Terrasty. Oh, baby. We go green, red, dip, cast this. And then we've got 4, 5, 6. We're actually getting reasonably close to just like casting Nasty Terrasty. Oh, did I miss that? Land border post before Cascade. Yep, that is definitely correct. I didn't do that because I didn't see it. Is the actual answer that you were looking for. So that's 5. So he would have had to discard 1 more card. Spirit Guide's actually a great draw. So if we draw an untapped land next turn, we get to go ahead and cast Terrastodon. Yep, you guys are completely correct. 100% correct. Like I said, this is quite literally the 5th match we've played with the deck. So we really need to hit a land next turn, otherwise this Lotus Bloom comes off and we could just die. Basic land. We don't have a lot of those. Bring to Light. So green dupe. Bring to Light for 5. Let's see what kind of toys we can get here. We could get Pact of Negation here because he could kill us during his next upkeep. So Lodestone seems super reasonable here. Oh, we could get Slaughter Games, right? We definitely just Slaughter Games him, right? Like, that's not particularly close. Yeah, I'm just going to Slaughter Games him, right? That's a thing we can do. Alright, I'm going to take a screenshot of this so we know how he sideboarded. So he still has Spoils of the Vault in his deck, so he can kill us with Spoils of the Vault still. But it requires him to find a 2 of now. Just concedes. Alright, deal. Deal, don't make me work for it, I appreciate it. If we say Lightning Storm, actually I took a screenshot of how he sideboarded. He has He actually didn't board in. He didn't board in the Laboratory Maniac like he was supposed to, because he knows we have Slaughter Games. Our deck lists are public. Echoing Truth is very rude. That card definitely roughed us up against Storm a little bit. I think I like how I sideboarded here. I don't think I want to change anything. I could see Storm Breath Dragon being okay, just to like bring the beatdowns a little bit. Opponent has access to a Laboratory Maniac, and they can kill you with Laboratory Maniac. Yeah, I'd much rather take the Ad Nauseams. Like, I think, pretty sure it's Ad Nauseam every time. Even seeing how he boarded that game, I'm assuming he's going to re-sideboard for this third game now that he's reminded that Slaughter Games exists. I think I want to cut a Wispmare for a Storm Breath Dragon, because I feel like we're going to be threat light a lot of the time. And, like, watch us draw this and, like, wish it was a Wispmare to kill a thing, but I feel like we need more ways to close. Every time I've played Iona in a Gifts Ungiven deck in Modern, it feels too slow and too clunky in most of the matchups where you want it. Like, what do we name in this matchup? We name Black, and then they're, like, Echoing Truth us, and, like, you can find links to my deck list below the stream. You can always find links to all of the decks that we're playing in my decks page on the Meadery, which is linked below the stream. Unfortunately, MTG Bot is dead. Oh, no, MTG Bot's alive and well. Yay, MTG Bot. Look at that. God bless him. Alright, so now one and one in this matchup. But I mean, like, against the control matchups, you like pick a color, you name white, they slaughter pact it or go for the throat it. You don't name blue, they cryptic command it. Like, it's just just the Gifts Ungiven against control decks. Your game plan is value gifts for 4 cards. No worries, mate. That's why we have MTG Bot. And me to remind people, I don't remind more people. Bubbles 9001 with the follow. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. This hand has a fast outburst, and yeah, it just seems great. We got a Gifts Ungiven too. Yeah, this hand seems great. Keep. No, in chat.
Really?
Yep. Sorry, so I muted my mic there intentionally, so it wasn't the audio cutting out. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this hand. It seems super great. I've not done any changes to the teachings list yet. So I think I want to play at least one more league. Like, control decks are especially difficult to get a feel for, like, when making changes, because you have to make changes based on the format you're playing, and I don't know Pauper well enough to really make educated changes to a control deck, I feel like. I don't think we're in any danger of dying here. So what am I fetching with this? Probably a green. Yeah, forest. Another violent outburst. So what do I want to do here? We're definitely doing this and putting border post into play. And then we'll replay forest. I might want to outburst during his draw step here. So if I go pitch, I could just like put another border post into play though, and then next turn get all of his lands. That's probably better, right? Just float this. I think there's a pretty low chance we die next turn. It involves like a fistful of Simian Spirit Guides. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this and pass the turn. Marching Machines is actually one of the win cons people play on occasion in this deck. Pentad Prism is a little bit bad for us because it's mana that we can't take away with a Restore Balance. Alright, so this turn we're definitely casting Restore Balance. So we're going to do this and float green, red, and then we're going to do this and put the border post into play off the blue mana and return the forest. And then we pitch this. What? Yeah, they're the sleeves I got a game lost for. Enjoy. My son just brought me a pack of Legion sleeves. I had to sit in the corner because he loves sleeves and Magic cards. And he's like, open these, please. And I was like, yeah, you can have them. They're Legion sleeves. They're crappy. So the question is, do I want to pitch the extra Simian Spirit Guide here? So we're definitely pitching at least one. And then I don't think we need the extra mana at any point here. So yeah, I think I'm just going to make him discard one more card. I don't think we need the mana, so let's just go ahead and do this. He wouldn't have had to discard any cards, so yeah, so this makes him discard a card. So he could hit a game last out. He could Pact of Negation us here and then untap and kill us because he has the Pentad Prism. So like we could lose the game here. Yes, didn't lose the game. Yeah, step one. He brought me Christy. Stop letting him bring these in here. You want more sleeves? Look, he brought me the pack of sleeves, and he's like, please, can I have these? Yeah, there you go. Enjoy. And we have an emote of him because he's adorable. That's him.
I didn't realize he grabbed more. I hit the rest.
Thank you.
Oh, you have 2 stacks? That's a lot.
Alright, so he suspended a Lotus Bloom. I don't think he only has to suspend 3. That's so busted. Alright, so we're going to play this out, and then we're going to end step gifts for Unburial Rites and Nasty Terrasti, and then we're going to Terrastodon, kill Pentad Prism, City of Brass, and then one of our own lands. That product placement, yep. So, cast gifts. I mean, I did say they were crappy and got me a game loss, so like... So, Terrastodon and Unburial Rites. I think killing his lands is better than getting a Lodestone Golem at this point. About to get a little nasty in here. I'd like to apologize for everyone that doesn't like being this nasty. But Nasty Terrasti and I, we gonna get him. All right. So let's Unburial Rites this guy. So we're going to kill Pentad Prism, we're going to kill Seachrome Coast, and we're going to kill our own basic forest. And again, the reason why I'm not killing all 3 of his things is because that gives him 9 power worth of... Oh, you know what? This is wrong. If I would have given him 9 power worth of elephants here, we would have just Violent Outburst to wipe away the extra ones. I missed that line. We also just, like, have Ardent Plea here, so we could just have Exalted through his guys as well. He's just Ad Nauseaming to draw a bunch of cards in response here. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I definitely should have just killed all of his lands. That was a mistake. Yeah! Winner, winner! Chicken dinner! All right, we got him. Get got. I don't want to know why his combo deck can't win the game anymore, but he said GG's and conceded, so. Nasty Trasty does it again. You so nasty. He's nasty. All right, I'm finding out now. So this is a streamer league that we are playing in right now. So I'm trying to find out who else. I think there's one more match still playing. 2 matches still going on. All right, we're gonna queue up 2 matches. So we're gonna queue a legacy match here with the Epic Storm. Awesome, Thundering Bumpkin. Well, Snowstorm's not awesome, but I'm glad that you are here with us. Look at this. What's best part of Easter? Children's candy for me. Reese's peanut butter egg. Delicious. Join the match. This hand's super reasonable. It needs more mana, but we get to Probe Therapy on one, which is just very good in any matchup, really. So that should buy us plenty of time. We also have Brainstorm and Probe to find more cards here. Probe you. Multiple Argothian Enchantress, Ruined Halo. Miri's Guile. Huh. Probably need to take the Ruined Halo away from him here. There's no chance of killing him this turn, right? So if we, like, Brainstorm into Mox... If we Brainstorm, we have Mox Petal left over. We'd need to Brainstorm into Dark Ritual LED to kill him this turn. I think we're just supposed to Cabal Therapy and take his Ruined Halo away. Because we just don't care about most of his other cards. So those who are unfamiliar with the Storm deck that I'm playing, it is called the Epic Storm, or TESS for short. It is a faster, slightly more volatile Storm deck than... the fact that he fetched basic Forest here means he has access to Blood Moon in his deck, I would assume. Alright, so what do these cards do? Lion's Eye Diamond is actually a very good draw. So we can put back Tutor, Empty, and then how much mana do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. I suppose Chrome Mox doesn't make mana right now, so we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're 1 mana short of killing him. We could also just put back Tutor, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and make 12 goblins. 12 goblins seems like it probably kills him here, right? Oh, we don't have enough mana to do that, though, do we? Because we need 4 mana without the LED, so we'd need the Chrome Mox to make a mana, so I'd have to put back a Lion's Eye Diamond, Infernal Tutor, and then we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can make 10 goblins and empty the warrens here. 10 goblins still probably kills him. Oh, put back tutor and empty, and then we crack, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we empty for more. Okay, sweet. He does not have elephant grass. He does not have elephant grass right now, and he only has 2 turns to draw it. And he doesn't have another fetch land. So yeah, so we're supposed to put these 2 back. Sorry, I am still new to this deck as well. So we're learning, we're fumbling through this. So I'm gonna go ahead and get Underground Sea here. Then we're gonna go ahead and play out our hand. Yeah, Chromox does not have to imprint. That is correct. So no. Play out Lion's Eye Diamond. Control key engaged. Cast this Infernal Tutor. Crack Lion's Eye Diamond for red mana. Hit OK. Get Empty the Warrens. Cast Empty the Warrens for 14 Goblins. Turn 2, not bad. Elephant Grass is really bad for us here, but he has to pay for that, and eventually we'll probably kill him. I don't think they play cards like Ghostly Prison in the main deck, at least, in Enchantress, but Legacy Enchantress also really isn't a thing, so I can't say for sure. Fetch here is good for him because it gives him more looks with Murray's Guile. Aggressive GG type. Attack for 14. Elephant Grass has cumulative upkeep, though. Oh, no sack Goblin for therapy. Oh, geez, I could have done that, couldn't I? But I don't really care if, like, all of the cards in his hand, we know his cards are Gothian Enchantress and, like, Sterling Grove. Oh, crap. This. Oh, crap. This. This tutors. This tutors. Oh, no. Oh, no. The pile of mistakes that I have made. Correct. He gets to search for the elephant grass. So that was a very, very large mistake on my part. I did not occur to me that Sterling Grove was going to do that. That being said, we will Cabal Therapy and take away his Argothian Enchantresses now. So that was a punt on my part. So we play Lion's Eye Diamond. How does this work? Can I use Dark Ritual to pay for Elephant Grass? Can I? Because I can't. I don't do it at beginning of combat, right? So this is 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I can't. So I can't use LED or Dark Ritual to pay for attackers. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. No, we can't. You can't activate the LED. You can't activate the LED when you don't have priority. Yeah, because when you change phases here, it your mana pool empties between beginning combat and beginning attackers, so we can't float mana during beginning of combat. There isn't an Elephant Grass trigger. The Elephant Grass isn't a trigger that you can respond to. It's just an effect that happens when you go to attack. You can float if you cast it. Can a judge in chat confirm that my mana pool empties between beginning combat and attackers, right? I can't just like float. Right? I can't just like float the mana. If I make mana during beginning combat, it empties during attackers, correct? Yeah. That's what I thought. Mana pool empties at the beginning of each of these different steps in here. I was pretty sure that was how Magic worked. But thank you for confirming. And like I punted this match by not Cabal therapying to take away his Sterling Grove with. And that's not just something I'm not used to. Like, I'm not used to the combo decks being able to flash back Cabal therapy. And this deck can flash it back quite often, actually. So. Hey, Illusions. What's going on, mate? So he gets to block our Goblin this turn with his Dryad Arbor. Hey, look, we can ponder at least. Yeah, we'll keep all these lands. That sounds great. Get to go ahead and attack here. Get our attack on. So he gets to trade his Dryad Arbor for our attacking Goblin. We will not be lost in the Elephant Grass. Oh yeah, pay that mana to declare that attacker. The 100 tick is still on for tonight. We are currently waiting for round 3. We are 2-0 on the evening so far. And he has to pay all 3 of his mana to activate Elephant Grass here, so I'm not sure what his outs are. I guess he could already have Elephant Grass or land in hand and then hit another Elephant Grass. And, like, go land new Elephant Grass. You can't attack with 2 Goblins there. Chrome Mox doesn't make mana. Nothing's imprinted on it. You got Solitary Confinement. Well, that's annoying. All right. We're going to send a message here. Yep. The deck's locked in for the entire session, so. So we play the entire deck for the entirety of the league. The same deck for the entirety of the league. Yeah, sweet. Got him. Not punished for my massive mistake. I think this is just a sub. Maybe I'm supposed to bring in Abrupt Decays in this matchup. I could see that being possible. I guess they just have like Leyline. Maybe I just want to hit submit. I doubt Enchantress is listed. I doubt Enchantress is listed in prison decks. This is kind of a prison deck. He says to bring in Abrupt Decays and cut Ponders against prison decks like Stacks and Chalice aggro. I guess I can see that. Let's bring in the Bayou and just like 2 Abrupt Decays and trim a couple Ponders. Get rid of things like Elephant Grass and Solitary. Maybe this is a board out empty matchup. I can see that being true. Board out the empty and just like. I think I like this configuration. Maybe an extra Thoughtseize is okay. It's like more discard. Although I guess he gives himself Shroud, so more discard's probably not great. And let's try this. I killed an Enchantress opponent with this deck on turn 1 the other day through a Leyline. That was super hot. What does this hand do? Opponent mulligans. This hand has Ad Nauseam in the opener. Let's probably keep. They're going to bring in Stony Silence. Some lists have Worship in the sideboard. Well, Tendrils doesn't care about Worship. I think I'm cracking this and casting Brainstorm. Or cracking this and casting Duress. Sorry, that's much better. This deck plays Burning Wish, so your sideboard is your main deck. Sterling Grove, Argothian Enchanter. So he's just going to play the last 2 cards in his hand, so I'm not going to screenshot them. You run Duress to interact with your opponent's counterspells. An interaction like that. They're there. Duresses and Cabal Therapies are there to interact with your opponent's interaction and give you information to let you know when the coast is clear to combo them. So Lion's Eye Diamond was a great addition to this hand, like most hands. Sarah Sanctum's a good draw. Cabal Therapy. So we know his last card is bad, so we're going to start with a Brainstorm here. Yeah. Hey, K-Smith. Alright, so what we can do here is we can put back Ad Nauseam and this Bloodstained Mire, and then we can Chrome Mox, imprint, Ponder, or Brainstorm, doesn't matter, and then cast the other one. In response to casting it, crack LED for 3 mana, and then this is 3, 4. We're still 1 short when we do that. I guess we're 1 short when we do that. We don't want Ad Nauseam in our deck, and we don't need Cabal Therapy. So I guess I'm just putting Therapy, Ad Nauseam back, and playing and cracking the fetch line and playing a Ponder since we can't kill him this turn. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Dark Ritual and Infernal Tutor. Those sound great. Nope. I'll draw those. Thanks, mate. Another reasonably solid finish. Like, I know a lot of people get disappointed when they don't top 8 everything, but you can't top 8 everything. You can't win every tournament. You can, like, top 16 is just, like, super consistent. Sounds great for me. So next turn we're gonna have 3, and then the Dark Ritual is 4, 5, and the Lion's Eye Diamond is 6, 7, 8, and the Chrome Mox is 9 mana. So next turn we're gonna go ahead and basically go off if he doesn't put something into play here that stops us, like Sphere of Safety. Or I guess he could cast. This makes 2 now, so he could cast Leyline of Sanctity this turn. Rest in peace. Do I care about that card? We don't care about that card, right? We don't care about our graveyard at all in this deck. And that's one of the nice things. This is not a Past in Flames deck. This is an Ad Nauseam combo deck. So what we're gonna do here is we're still gonna kill him this turn. We're gonna go ahead and Chrome Mox, the Burning Wish, and then cast LED, cast Dark Ritual, cast Infernal Tutor, crack the LED in response, get Ad Nauseam, draw our deck, and then kill him that way. So we're going to go ahead and cast Chrome Mox. We don't play Cabal Ritual. Right in Flame is worse. We do play Right in Flame, which does get worse with Rest in Peace out. So we're gonna Ad Nauseam kill our opponent this turn. So we go ahead and we Dark Ritual here, and then Control Key engaged, cast Infernal Tutor, in response to Infernal Tutor, crack LED for a bunch of black mana. Infernal Tutor gets Ad Nauseam out of our deck, which is actually the combo card that our opponent last game was playing in Modern. So we cast this, and now we draw a bunch of cards out of our deck, and we boarded out the empty, so we just draw cards with this until we're at 2 life. Looking for Burning Wish. Okay, we'll just keep going. Yeah, opponent's super dead. So how the combo works is... Alright, we're at 2 life, so we'll stop now. No. So now we just like play out all our 0 mana cards, and we cast Burning Wish, and in response to Burning Wish, we crack all of our LEDs for mana. And then we Burning Wish for a Tendrils of Agony and kill our opponent with that. So Go ahead and we tap this for red. Engage control key. Cast Burning Wish. In response to Burning Wish, we crack this for black mana. We crack this for red mana. We hit OK. We grab our... Yes, I would like to use Burning Wish. That's why I cast it, Magic Online. We grab our Tendrils of Agony here, and the Storm is currently 11. And we could have gotten Storm much higher than that if we needed to, but we just didn't need to. So now we cast this, and Tendrils of Agony. Our opponent loses 2 life, and we gain 2 life for each spell that's cast this turn. So we go ahead and we drain them out for a bunch. Get got. Ha! Got him. All right. All right, perfect. It looks like the next round's getting ready to start here. The old 20 minutes, win a match in the Modern League, win a match of Legacy, you know. Beep, 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 beep. All right, next up. See Pikachu right on screen there. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate the support. It's a good little time to do my spiel. If it's your first time watching the stream, welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a grinder on the SCG Tour. I'm currently ranked first on their circuit. We play Constructed Magic and Constructed Hex here on stream. In Magic, we play Standard, Modern, Legacy, and Pauper. In Hex, there's only one constructed format currently, so that's what we play there. If you're enjoying the CCG content that you see produced here, I'd appreciate if you use the follow or sub buttons below to show your support for the stream. Those allow me to keep doing what I'm doing as often as I am. You want a deck box? He just keeps bringing me magic stuff he's finding in the other room. You want the deck box open? You put your magic cards in it. There you go. Enjoy. Oh, it fell. There you go. Have fun. So who are we playing in the next round of the 100 ticket challenge? Round 3 tonight we are playing Telemokos. And what is he playing? So the next round we are playing against Mono Black Devotion, which is this deck list here. I'm going to go ahead and link that in stream. So our next on our list of victims, what does he have? He's got 4 Inquisitions and 2 Thoughtseizes. Real disruption. That's kind of terrifying. Can you explain the gifts package? So you need alternative ways to win the game with this deck aside from Greater Gargadon, and Bring to Light adds your utility to your deck. So you can Bring to Light for Restore Balance, you can Bring to Light for Timely Reinforcements, you can Bring to Light for Thragtusk and Lodestone Golem, and you can also Bring to Light for Gifts Ungiven. And Gifts Ungiven gets Unburial Rites and Elishnorn or Terastodon out of the sideboard. We've won many games in this league already with Elishnorn and Terastodon. Our record in the 100 ticket league right now is 4-1. We're 2-0 tonight, and we 2-1 last week. And noted, I punted the match that we lost last week. So I missequenced my lands. Nasty Terasti, you so nasty. You so nasty. We've only lost to the very first match we played. We lost to me trying to figure out how my mana worked. Mono Green Stompy is a fine budget deck in Modern. I mean, it did well. It's done well at a number of events. It's probably perfectly acceptable for playing something like your local shop. I don't think I would play something like Mono Green Stompy or something like this even at like a Grand Prix or an Open, but for like screwing around at your local store, sounds great. You probably win plenty of matches with it. 100 ticket challenge means the deck cannot cost more than 100 tickets. So to build this deck card for card on Magic Online in front of you, it's like 52 tickets. Our opponent will be sending the challenge in just a second. So what have we beaten in this league? We lost to Storm because I messed up. We beat Storm, we beat Ad Nauseam, we beat Goblins, and we beat a green-white worship deck. There's our opponent now. If we were to unbudget the deck, I would play a 4th copy of Wismare in the sideboard, and this isn't a budget restriction. This is just because in a non-budget format, people will be playing more copies of Stony Silence than they are in this league. So you want 4 ways to beat Stony Silence. In a non-budget version of this deck, I would probably play 3 to 4 Blood Moons in the 75. I think you play all 5 basic lands, so I think you want. Yeah, that sounds great. I think you want Terramorphic Expanse and Evolving Wilds because you need to have access to all of these things. So what are we doing here? We're definitely playing one of these on one, and the question is, what are we getting with it? Tickets are $1, are effectively. I'm writing about Scars, Shadows, Scars, whatever it's called, over Innistrad Spoilers next week. Or this week, sorry. It'll go up on mtgcardmarket.com Friday, I believe. So we're cracking this. The question is, what are we getting? We have blue, white, we have green, we have a red for this Violent Outburst already, so I think we're just supposed to get another island here, so that way if we draw Arrogant Plea, we can cast that. So I think we're going to get that for now. Go ahead and play this, return this to our hand, then we're going to play Terramorphic Expanse out here. We're definitely going to be playing cards in Kiki Chord that, oh, this was a mistake. Crap, I was talking and that was a punt. So, the punt here was that I wanted to crack this in response to a Violent Outburst, so that way he would have to sacrifice more land. So, that is definitely a mistake. Border Post? If we drew a Border Post there, we wouldn't have been punished for it, but now I'm kind of not great. I suppose we could just bring to light here. We could bring to light for 4. Does that do anything? Gifts is not great in this matchup. Yeah, I don't think there's room for March of the Machines when you're playing Bring to Light and Gifts. You just have to limit yourselves on which win conditions you're playing in the deck. So yeah, so what I should have done here is I knew I wasn't going to use the Swamp this turn. So what I should have done is I should have left the Terramorphic Expanse uncracked, and then on his turn during his end step, crack the Terramorphic Expanse, and then in response to the Terramorphic Expanse resolving, Violent Outburst. That's actually really good against us because it's going to undie. Gifts is okay. So Gifts, yeah, I'm going to play this and pass, and then we're going to Elish Nornum, I think, because that takes care of the front half of Jarl's Messenger. We're going down to 11 here, and then this is going to put us to 9. So I guess we're getting in danger of dying to a Gray Merchant, but I'm not sure there's much we can do about that. We really wanted more Border Posts this draw, so that way we could kill more of his lands. We are not playing Iona in the 75, which looks like a mistake against his mono-black deck, but in general, in Modern, Iona is not very good. I'll just get a Thrag Tusk here. We do not have Iona. I don't think Iona is very good in Modern in general against like Mono Black Devotion, which again, this is a budget deck, not a thing in Modern in general. I don't think Iona is very good. Against his Mono Black deck, sure, Iona would win the game here. You know, we could just get a bunch of Border Posts here. We could get some Border Posts, and then Violent Outburst, and then the following turn, Bring to Light. So if we get 2 border posts here, we get to bounce 2 lands to our hand, and then pitch some Spirit Guides and Violent Outburst, and he has to discard cards and sack down to 1 land and just have a Geralt's Messenger in play. That seems super reasonable, and then we have Bring to Light left over to mop up this Geralt's Messenger. So yeah, so I think I'm actually going to get 4 border posts here, because like I said, that's really what this hand wants. Just like value, gifts, draw 2 cards. I do play a lot of SCG events. I'm currently ranked 1st on their tour. And we don't really care which ones we get here. He's probably not going to give us a red one. That's the only decision here, is don't give us a red one. The reason why I didn't put 2 red ones in here is because we'd kind of like to draw a red one, so I didn't put a red one in here. Because he's not going to give us... If we would have put a red, black, and a green, red in here, he would have put those 2 into the graveyard. So he's going to put the green, red one in there as well. Yeah, so he's figuring out... He thought he was clicking the ones he's going to give us. He's clicking the ones to put in the bin, so... Timely Reinforcements is a phenomenal draw. So we get to go ahead, and again, we're going to go boop, boop, and put this into play, returning this, and then we're going to put this into play, returning the swamp, and then we're going to go ahead and pitch 2 Spirit Guides and cast Violent Outburst. And he's got to sacrifice both of his creatures. And this one's going to come back, but thankfully we have Timely Reinforcements to mop that up. And then he's not going to discard any cards, but he's going to have to sacrifice 3 lands. So we're going to go ahead and cast Violent Outburst here. Exile Spirit Guide. I guess I don't have to. If I don't exile another Spirit Guide... We'll both have 5 cards in our hand, so I could make him discard a card by pitching the Spirit Guide, but he's probably got blank removal in his hand anyways, so yeah, I'm going to save the Spirit Guide so we have a red mana if we need it. So yeah, I'm just going to do this. Oh, we have to discard now, because, okay, I think I'd rather discard an island than discard the Spirit Guide, though. Oh, and we're going to have to restart. We're going to have to restart Magic Online. I'm not doing it on his turn, because I want to play a land. I haven't played a land yet for this turn, and I want to play a land afterwards. And if I play a land out and pass the turn, then he doesn't have to... Yeah, so now Magic Online is bugged with this card, so we have to restart Magic Online in order to be able to pick the cards that we keep in our hand. Thank you, Worth. Praise be. Praise be, Worth. Praise be Magic Online team that doesn't have nearly enough resources. I would love it if a Hasbro someone was watching this stream right now. And now when we restart, our hand will be lit up, whereas before, Restore Balance is bugged where you have to restart the client if you have more cards in your hand than your opponent. So yeah, we're going to discard this second island. And undies. We go to 9, and this puts us to 5. Wall of Roots is in fact still bugged. We had another week with another Magic Online update, and like Wall of Roots still bugged. Like, we get to go ahead and do this and cast our main deck Timely Reinforcements. And then we can go ahead and do this and put this into play, returning this to our hand. Wall of Roots is bugged because you are required to float mana with Wall of Roots currently. You can't activate it while casting a spell, which means if Wall of Roots has 1 toughness and you have a Convoke card in your hand, you can't make 2 mana with Wall of Roots that has 1 toughness. The janitor at Hasbro's watching. Yep. He's like debating on whether or not he wants to spend a removal spell on one of these soldiers. Triple block. Snap call removal. Triple block. Snap call. So he's gonna spend a removal spell on one of these soldiers, and that's fine if that's his turn. Yeah, so he's gonna victim of night one of these, and that's fine. Like again, we're just trading these for. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and bring to light for Thragtusk here. I think Thragtusk is the best option. Seems like it. We actually could run out of win conditions against this deck, which is kind of scary. His deck has a lot of removal in it. So we've got more threats in the sideboard. But yeah, he's got like Go for the Throats and 4 Victim of Night and like Dismember. So we might actually like we set up pretty well this game, but we actually might not have enough win conditions in the deck. I suppose Unburial Rites with Thragtusk lets us grind a little bit here, but I'm blocking if he attacks. Oh, that was a mistake. I could have, man, I missed that. I could have cast Violent Outburst in response to the Thragtusk trigger and killed his Gerald's Messenger. It's like the little things like that that I'm still missing with this deck. We do have a copy of, and now my deck's not sorted anymore because we had to restart Magic Online. That's not the deck I want. This is the deck I want, but it's not the deck we're playing. So we're going to put these over. So we do have a copy of... Oh, we've got Greater Gargadons, I suppose. We can actually just, like, getting to a point where we could cast Greater Gargadon. How funny is that? That's just super funny. All right, so there's another Restore Balance. Am I just suspending one of these bad boys? I think I am. So our next Bring to Light is going to get, if we find, I guess we only have one more Bring to Light in the deck too. We're looking for Unburial Rites right now is the card we're looking for. And I'm holding my land here because when we Restore Balance, I want to kill a bunch of his lands. Or as many of his lands as possible. There is only one Restore Balance left in the deck. So we've got one on Suspend here right now, and we've got Gatekeeper kicked, sure. My poor Spirit Guide. He tried so hard. Lodestone Golem. Alright, yep, that's a clock. If you cast Restore Balance and there's more cards in your hand than your opponent's hand, you have to restart the client in order to be able to select which card you're keeping in your hand. Which thankfully doesn't come up very often. Usually we're casting Restore Balance when we're ahead on cards. That's pretty good. Restore Balance does not affect enchantments or artifacts, which is like one of the things we kind of abuse with it. I'm going to play the Evolving Wilds out for now because we can always sacrifice that into response to a Restore Balance. Hope he has a grip full of Go for the Throats. Yeah, exactly. We can actually just cast Elish Norn. Phyrexian Obliterator, sure. Oh, that's too funny. That's too funny. No, we can't, right? We can't because we have Lodestone Golem. I have to crack the Evolving Wilds. Man, I hope he kills this. If he kills this, this will work out pretty well for us. We can go ahead and crack this, and in response to cracking this, Violent Outburst and kill a bunch of lands. I think that's Grey Merchant in response. So in response to this trigger, I'm going to go ahead and crack Evolving Wilds and restore balance, I think. So in response to this trigger, engage control, crack the fetch, green, red, dupe, cast Violent Outburst, cast this, and these all cost us more mana because of the Lodestone Golem. So he's still going to have a Phyrexian Obliterator here, which is annoying, but not the end of the world. And then we're going to take 6 and go to 8. He has to discard a card. And then our Evolving Wilds is going to resolve, and we'll get a land. Get a mountain. Because we're double white from these border posts here. Yeah, man. No blocks. He has Bring to Light. Probably want to do this next turn and get the Thragtusk back. So for now, we're just going to play this land and then hard cast the old Elish Norn here. And unfortunately, we're at 3 and have to block this. Oh, shoot. We're dead to land removal spell here, right? No, opponent doesn't have to restart. Yeah, this was sloppy. I think I was supposed to Bring to Light for Unburial Rites, and Unburial Rites the Thragtusk there. And then we're probably a solid favorite to win. This gives him an out of land removal spell, and then we're dead here. So if he has a land, and then he did miss some land drops, but he's drawing 2 cards a turn. So if he just like has land go for the throat, we die. He's not windmilling it, so I'm assuming we're not dead here. Also worth noting, we're at 15 minutes on our clock, and we're down clocking our opponent, so I'm going to have to work to play faster in these next 2 games. Assuming we're not just dead here. What are we sacrificing when we block with this? We have to sacrifice 4 things. I might bin the Lodestone Golem in all actuality because it makes the Bring to Light so much worse. So if we bin Lodestone Golem and 1, 2, 3 things. Sure, Dismember. I see why he was tanking. I understand now. So we have to block here to not die. Oh, and then this kills him on the way back. Sweet. So we go to 1, we go to 2 here, and then we're going to kill him on the way back because we're going to Bring to Light for Unburial Rites, and then Unburial Rites the Elish Norn, which puts this back to that's so hot. That's so hot. Oh yeah. Get back Elish. Attack for 7. Get got. Close. Such a close game. Such a close game. All right, so we're bringing in all the threats. Basically, we want Trastodon, we want Storm Breath Dragon. I think we want Timely Reinforcements. I think we want Wispmare too, just for his. What other? Does he have any other enchantments? He's on 4 Phyrexian Arena, I assume. He's on 4 Phyrexian Arena, so I want at least two of these. They also just like attack. I feel like I need to, like, Lodestone Golem is super awkward, but I feel like, and so is like Elishnorn's not great either, but I feel like I have to keep all of these cards just so I have sufficient win conditions in the deck. I think we're supposed to board out Simian Spirit Guides in these matchups that are a little bit more grindy. Like, is there's a specific one you want explained? I feel like a lot of these cards, they do very specific things. I want Beast Within for removal. I need to cut 2 more cards. Maybe this is too many threats. I'm like just too worried about. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the Lodestone Golem. I feel like this is worse. This hurts us more than it hurts him. Gotta cut 1 more card. I could also just submit. This is the type of deck where submitting 61's not always strictly incorrect, just because we have so many tutors. This is definitely a Terastodon kill all of our stuff matchup just to like make a board presence. Yeah, I think honestly I'm gonna submit 61 here. I just like want this threat density. He's got so many removal spells. I'm going to leave it. We've got 50 seconds. I'm going to leave it in chat for the delay if anyone else has any suggestions, but I think I'm going to submit this configuration. You should spend a lot of time working on sideboarding plans because, like, you play more sideboarded games in every tournament than you do non-sideboarded games. -1 Wispmare. I really want to kill, like, the 1-power flyer is super relevant too, and, like, it blocks Gatekeeper, and it, like, insulates our bigger creatures from Gatekeeper. I think 2 Wispmares is, like, the bottom end of that. Shriekmaw is good for random removal. A lot of people in this event, for instance, have Eidolon of Rhetoric in their sideboard, and it kills that card. The 4 Gargadons allow you to sack all of your lands and creatures in response to a restore balance. Just mulliganing a hand without lands. Oh, can I keep a no-lander on the draw again? I'm probably just not allowed to do that, right? This hand's so good, though, with a land. Like, really, really good. I'm greedy. I'm going to keep this. Bottom. And we could just, like, do nothing and die. This is a greedy keep, but I have a scry on the draw, and I'm going to keep it. Sue me. We're up a game. We're up a game, and we're down on clock, so if this one's quick, that's fine. And he duressed us on one, which makes hitting the land so much better. Hitting the land is so much better after they duress you. I don't like mulliganing really low against a deck full of discard spells, so I think our chances of winning this game, our chances of hitting a land are higher than our chances of winning with less cards in our opener. Ding! Hashtag never didn't have it. Never forget, Magic is a skill game where the better player always wins. The great worth giveth, the great worth taketh away. And you know what? People will say that we just got like savagely lucky this game, but a really important decision, a really important part of making mulliganing decisions is making percentage plays like what I just talked about. And look, he cast 3 discard spells here. So our chances of winning on a mulligan to 5 are super, super low. So I think my assessment of are our chances of winning the game with this hand better than our chances of winning the game when we mulligan lower than this? I think that's a reasonable consideration. We play. We play. We play all 5 basic lands in our deck, so that's why there's Evolving Wilds and Terramorphic Expanses. All right, he's got a Phyrexian Arena. So I was just about to say we've got Greater Gargadon. All we need is a card to kill all of his stuff and discard all of his cards, and that's what we hit. So if he plays a creature this turn, we're going to Demonic Dread him. Yeah, man, you got a Pack Rat. Don't play another discard spell. Don't play another one. Thank God. Woof. Woof. All right, we're going to get a Swamp here. He missed a land drop that turn, didn't he? This is his turn 4, I think. Turn 3, yeah, it was his turn 4. So he missed a land drop too, which is just great for us. We drew Violent Outburst, so we would much rather... I'm going to sack my Swamp here, which could bite us later, but I want to kill all of his lands. So we're going to engage Control and make red mana and cast Demonic Dread targeting this. And in response to this trigger, we're going to activate Greater Gargadon and sacrifice our Swamp, which means that he's going to have to sacrifice all of his lands when balance is restored here. And then he's going to have to discard a card, and he's going to lose his little Pack Rat. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, he was holding a land. That makes sense. It makes sense that he was holding lands. Balance has been restored. Oh, yeah. Pew pew, pew pew pew, pew 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 pew. Play some more lands out. Come on, you know you want to. Hope we kill him with arena triggers. How good would that be? That would just be like, so delicious. Border post, border post, border post. Man, we're just the unluckiest, don't you think? Messenger will be pretty good here. Just making a Pack Rat. Sure, man, you do you. Border post, border post. Yeah. All right. So border post means that next turn we get to cast Restore Balance. Well, I guess, am I supposed to Restore Balance this turn? Christy, you're not throwing them out afterwards. We're saving them. The kid brought me more sleeves. You know, Dad opens these. He's a sucker for you. Oh, Jake. All right, so do I want to cast Violent Outburst this turn or not? I don't think I do. The downside is like he could draw a discard spell and take it away, and then we're kind of screwed. So yes, I think I'm playing this and just passing the turn. And I think I'm just taking the hit here. Yeah, I'm just going to take the hit here. Do we Violent Outburst now? I think we're supposed to Outburst now, right? We're supposed to Outburst now, and then next turn we could even hit him with the Greater Gargadon for 9, and then the Arena kills him in 3 turns. Yeah, I think I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and cast this, and I'm gonna sack the island. Because I wanted to make sure he wasn't going to play a land out. If he played a land, I wanted to make sure I got it. So he loses his board. He has to discard 3 cards. Because the life is pretty irrelevant to us, and I wanted to make sure that he didn't get to play a land out. So yeah, so this loses a counter during our upkeep, and then we're going to sacrifice 2 border posts to take the last 2 counters off of it, and then hit him for 9 down to 3, and then Phyrexian Arena kills him in 3. Well, I think we're about to win this match 2-0, which puts us to 5-1 in the league and 3-0 on the night, so which is not bad. So this is a tournament that's sponsored by Card Hoarder. We get $5 per match win, and then top 3 gets a cash bonus at the end of the tournament. So we draw here. Yeah, so I'm just going to activate this. Hit him with this. And then even if he has a 1-mana removal spell for this next turn, this kills him in 3 turns. So that sounds great. All right, sweet. Well, that was excellent. That was a lot of fun. All right, let's see how many people we got hanging out here. We've got 650 people. All right, we're gonna go ahead and I think actually let's let people vote. Let's do a straw poll. So I'm going to go ahead and let that collect some votes here really quick. Pauper, Legacy. We're either playing Pauper with blue-black Mystical Teachings, which is a lot of fun. It's a sweet value control deck, draw all the cards. Or we're going to play Legacy with the Epic Storm, which is the deck that I have up here on stream. On screen. Just play blue-black Teachings and Legacy. It's so close! I think I have to set a number. What's the first one we're going to get to that's realistic? Can one of these get to 100? Maybe we'll see if one of them can get to 100. If one of them gets to 100, we will play that one. But I'm not sure we'll get that far. If you care, go vote. Legacy is ahead right now. Yeah, okay, I think one of them's going to get to 100. So the first one to get to 100 votes, we'll play that one. So if you care, go vote. Up, up. Oh, Legacy does it. Sorry, Pauper folks. We're gonna play some Legacy for the remainder of the stream. It looks like we're gonna get to some Pauper later this week. I promise. I promise we're gonna get to some Pauper later. So. Let me post that we're gonna play some Legacy, and then we're gonna do it. Anaphylactic with the 2-month 3 sub. Thank you for the continued support. Oh, you're right. I guess we could switch back and forth. We could switch back. We have leagues now. Leagues are a thing, and I'm in both. Okay. Yeah, they're really close. We'll start with Legacy, but we'll rotate, and I'll put that in the stream title. Sounds good. That sounds like the viewers winning. Is we can switch back and forth. Get a little variety in our lives. It's less good for the replays, but people watching the archives can suck it up for tonight. Oh wait, our sub counter goal went up. We're getting close. 92 out of 100. So just 8 more subs or resubs. We'll have ourselves a 12-hour stream. This hand, I have such a hard time passing up probe therapy. I have a problem. I really love probe therapying people. It feels like cheating, so I'm gonna keep this. And Brainstorm is like the most forgiving card in this format. It just lets you keep garbage hands and then not get punished for it because you can just brainstorm the crappy cards away. When will that stream happen? I'm not sure. Double Force of Will. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. God bless Cabal Therapy. God bless Cabal Therapy. Kid Minnie with the brand new sub. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate the support. As I said before, subs are the absolute best way you can show your support for the stream. So I really appreciate that. You get some sweet emotes, including one of my adorable son. And we're going to have one of each of my adorable kids later, but... do that for now. Name Jitty. Yep, right. Slayer of Filth with the brand new sub. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate the support. We play Constructed Magic and Constructed Hex of all kinds here. Welcome. Thank you. So yeah, I think we're just gonna therapy and take away his forces. There's a chance he forces pitching Delver here. So I'm naming Force of Will here, which we could lose to a quick Delver, but so Pauper is an all commons format, so it's really cheap to get into. If you're looking for something to start on Magic Online, Pauper is a sweet format to do so. Hi, Dad. Are you or hi, Declan? Yeah.
Thanks for supporting Daddy's stream.
You'll have an emote too, I promise, as soon as Twitch approves it. Yeah, you attacking your dad? You think you're funny? Okay, we're gonna. I'm gonna play the fetch land first in case he drew Daze. That's my youngest, Declan. My older one is the one in the emote. Okay, so our hand now has a ton of mana, and we are looking for a ritual. So we're gonna go ahead and chip the turn back here.
Was your 100-ticket challenge over? Did you win?
I did, actually. We made $15 tonight. We 3-0'd, and we're 5-1, so we should have one of the better records in the league. We got one more week of that. So we could die to a quick Delver here. What did he reveal? He revealed a Force. Okay, so we know we needed to rest him when we go off.
Do you want to say hi to Daddy's stream?
You got all your sleeves? I've been showing him. Yeah. Mom opened the gate.
You want to say hi to the stream? Say hi, stream.
Yeah, you good time? So speaking of Hex, I think tomorrow afternoon is going to be a Hex stream day. I try to stream Hex at least 1 to 2 days a week and Magic at least 2 to 3 days a week. So There's the Jitty. We're going to crack this fetch here because we don't want to draw either of the lands that are on top of our deck. We're going to grab Badlands. And that was the perfect draw. So we can duress him and then kill him. Hopefully kill him. We're actually kind of low here. So we're going to take the Force, and then we're going to go ahead and cast Right in Flame. We're going to go ahead and play Lotus Petal. And we're going to go ahead and go LED. LED. Is this actually... we might be better off making Goblins here, actually. Control key engaged. So...
Something to eat. Can you watch him for a second?
Can you take the loud one with you? Jake's fine. So, we're going to crack this for black, and we're going to crack... Kiloi with the brand new sub. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate the support. Thank you very much. 95 out of 100. Maybe we'll have a 12-hour stream happen this weekend. There's no GP coverage. Bradley Young, 925. Awesome. Sweet little sub train going on. 96 out of 100. Welcome. Getting closer. So, okay, so we're going to let this resolve, and we can check what the storm count is here. I see a new follow as well. Follows are also, I know not everyone can always afford to sub and donate, but follows are an excellent way you can support the stream as well. Do we just add Nauseam? Can we race the Jitty, though? Well, we're probably going to do a long stream once Modern gets fixed as well, just because I want to play a bunch of Modern. So we're probably going to have like at least an 8-hour Kiki stream once Modern is fixed on Magic Online. So Empty the Warrens makes 14 Goblins right now, and he can kill 2 a turn. And I guess he has 2 plows in his hand, right? The problem is we could miss killing him with this Ad Nauseam because we're at 13. Yeah, okay, I guess we have 2 extra mana, so our chances of bricking off are pretty low here. Welcome to all the new followers. I see a bunch of people following. I appreciate the storm count's only 6. Okay, we're gonna go for the Ad Nauseam. So Ad Nauseam, for those that aren't aware, it lets you draw cards as many as you want, but you lose life equal to their total converted mana cost. So basically we're looking for mana and a Burning Wish here to get Burning Wish for Tendril. So now we just need a Burning Wish. Burning Wish. Burning Wish. I guess Infernal Tutor does it too. So we're looking for a Tutor. Oh yeah, come on. Tutor or Wish. Tutor or Wish. Tutor or Wish. Alright, so we hit a Wish, so he should just be super dead here. No, we don't want to repeat. Yeah, so he's super dead. So we're going to go Petal, Petal, LED, LED, Dark Ritual, Chrome Mox. Yeah, just super dead. I believe there's a sub option on the right side or on the picture when you show the chat, maybe. Yep, we got there. You want a Hershey Kiss? I have the bucket of Easter candy in with me behind the gate, and Jake found it and opened up a Hershey Kiss. Good asking, bud. So we're supposed to board out Empty in this matchup. So for those that have never played this deck and are interested in learning how to play it better, Bryant Cook is the person that built this deck, and he's a very excellent website here. And I am going off of the notes on his website for I'm supposed to sideboard. So this is Blue, White, Red Delver. And I'm supposed to cut 4 Ponders and bring in Bayou and 3 Abrupt Decays. Need help? Okay, let's not eat too much candy. You're going to get sick. So we're supposed to cut, Bryant said to cut all the Ponders and to bring in 3 Abrupt Decays and a Bayou, which seems reasonable because the Blue, White, Red configurations can... Oh, he said to leave the Empty in. That's interesting. I think I'm going to leave a Ponder. Because, like, Empty makes Ad Nauseam worse because if Empty's in your deck, you can die when you're at 4. So that's why I want to cut the Empty the Warrens. It makes your Ad Nauseam more powerful when you don't have Empty. And Empty the Warrens has a really hard time racing Stoneforge Mystic and Jitty and Batterskull. And we don't have any win conditions in the main deck, but Burning Wish gets them out of the sideboard. So, yeah, I think I like this configuration. So, Bryant said I did win round 3 of the card hoarder. I did. Okay, this is the last... Maybe the second to last piece. I think you can handle 4 pieces of candy. And then Mom's bringing a bottle down. The 4th pound. I don't think I want to overload on that much. Like, you can dilute your game plan too much with these decks. You're getting excited. All the sugar's going to your head. Yeah. Anaphylactic with the $10 note. Get that boy some pizza. Mom's bringing him some real dinner, I promise. Thank you, I appreciate that. That goes towards the GP fund. So if you're going to be at GP Charlotte, I am going to be there. We're raising money for that. We should leave goblins in. If you have goblins are good with therapy. Okay, I guess I can see that. This hand's very good, right? It's got mana, it's got tutors, it's got a wish, it's got a duress to interact with our opponent. So yeah, this hand seems great. It's a little soft to wasteland because we don't have a cantrip, and we only have one land, but a lot of the hands in this deck are going to be soft to wasteland just because of the low land count. Okay, we're gonna be done. No more candy. One, okay, absolute last piece of candy. Dad's putting that back where you can't see it, hopefully. All right, Delver resolves. So turn 1 Delver is his most ideal. Oh, right, need me to open it. Again, this hand is very soft to a... This hand is very soft to a wasteland. I suppose I could just get basic swamp here, right? Because we're going to need another land regardless. Okay, I guess I'm just going to fetch basic swamp. Because, like, we need to draw another land to use right of flank. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. And this could be incorrect, but I think I like getting basic swamp here. I need days does. Okay. No, I will not pay for days. We are going to play a bunch of Kiki Chord. He drew another Daze. That's really good. So he flipped Delver to a Daze. So in a bad spot this game, kind of. I guess we can beat a Daze if we draw land here. We draw red source. Abrupt Decay, a land for Abrupt Decay is also not bad. I think we just have to pass the turn here. Yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and pass. They haven't announced the next card hoarder challenge. I think it's going to be something Pauper related. I'm not sure, though. The candy went away. You ate all the candy. So I submitted both their Twitch emotes at the same time, and they rejected Declan's Twitch emote, but accepted Jake's. And I'm trying to figure out why. I sent a message to my Twitch rep asking why they rejected Declan's. Land. This is not looking good for us. If we hit a land there, we could cast Infernal Tutor and get another ritual. You want to get out? Go get Mom upstairs. She's taking a while. Just gonna play out LED and pass the turn. He was eating some Hershey Kisses, so they're tiny pieces of chocolate, but his belly is also small. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna make sure my child didn't run into my laundry room. All the Delver variants generally play Wasteland. It's just a very powerful card in Legacy. The laundry room in my house is like the one room that's like not child. The laundry room and my storage room are like the two rooms he could kill himself in, so had to make sure we went and closed that door since he was walking away from me. That's really fair, Mike. I think that's a great point. We would have had more lands in our deck too. One other thing that I haven't plugged yet tonight, if you missed any or all of this this stream and you want to catch up on it, like you missed the Modern Challenge earlier tonight with the 100 ticket, you can always find my archives on the YouTube channel linked below the stream, so we do that. I try to export those within the next day or so usually. Yep. Pass the turn again here. Just this deck is short. Like, we do board into a 13th land in this matchup, but like our deck is light on lands. Not a whole lot, Delvin Secrets. We're getting beat down by you. Look at this. Our secrets are being delved. They're taking all of our secrets away. And his hand's probably just like a fistful of counter magic at this point. We did win game 1 though, so we get to have game 3 on the play. I think I'm gonna put the Goblins back in game 3 on the play. That probably doesn't help us. I guess if this resolves and we find a Lotus Petal, we could try and go off this turn. He might just like, if he has a red Elemental Blast in his hand, he's gonna reb this for sure. So what are we doing here? Do I just... I think I'm putting these two on top and then playing Lotus Petal and Abrupt Decaying his Delver. Just to take his clock off the table. I think that sounds super reasonable. Yeah, I'm doing that. Modern is currently just like mono Eldrazi format, so we're not playing Modern on... We're not playing Modern until they fix it, so that's going to be the middle of April, unfortunately. So in terms of Magic, we are streaming whatever challenge Card Hoarder has going on, and then we're also streaming Legacy and Pauper. The next ban update is April 5th, but it doesn't go into effect on Magic Online until like the middle of April. We might play Vintage at some point. Do Vintage dailies fire or 2-mans? I don't know like which Vintage events fire. Card Hoarder is generous and we can provide us with basically whatever cards I want to play with, but like it comes down to, you know, getting the right ones. What if they don't fix Modern? They're going to fix Modern. They're going to fix. There's still True Name Nemesis in his deck. That's weird. Okay, to each their own. Oh well, that was sloppy. I put my lands back in the wrong order. So I should have put the Volcanic Island on top of the deck. I put the Bayou on top. It was just super sloppy. That being said, I think we're supposed to cast Infernal Tutor for Dark Ritual here. So I definitely was supposed to draw Volcanic Island this turn. So now we need to draw Red Source next turn to try and go off. And he could just like have Disruption and kill us anyways, but our best chance to win the game was if we put the Volcanic Island on top, because even a fetch land doesn't do it. So we need like Lotus Petal or Volk or bad lands here. So I put my lands back in the wrong order for sure. We can't cast that. So what can I do here? I can go... I guess I can try and take some more information with us on the way out about counter spells he might have boarded in. So we just go Ritual, cast Infernal Tutor, crack Lion's Eye Diamond for red. Okay, so we're going to hold Control, cast Infernal Tutor, crack this for red mana. See if this resolves. I'm just assuming this isn't resolving. She's gonna like get Flusterstormed, I assume. Spell Snare. Okay, see, this is a good card to know that we need to play around. So we were super dead here, but by trying to go off, we gained information about cards that are in our opponent's decks. So they said we should leave the... Someone that sounded like they've played Mike said we should leave the empty in. So we're going to try leaving the empty in and see how that feels. It's especially good on the play. So we're going to cut the last ponder and bring the empty in. See how this goes. Hopefully. I mean, Modern was in a really good spot before Eldrazi happened. And I think pushing Twin out of the format is going to put it into an even better spot, but we can't, none of us can know that for sure. The Power 9 and like Legacy and Vintage challenges that WotC is putting on are awful and miserable, and I will not play in them. They're a $25 entry fee, and if you don't top 8, you only break even. Awesome, mine dude. That's great. Like I love I've had a lot of people tell me that they started playing Hex or Modern and stuff like that because of this stream, and helping people find formats of Magic that they enjoy is awesome. We're gonna keep this for now, and I don't think we're casting Therapy on one. I think I'm just passing the turn here. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass the turn. And if he has a Delver, in all honesty, I might just Abrupt Decay it on two. Mine Dude 9001 with the follow. Thank you for that. Yeah, God, I love this card. And by that I mean this card is awful design and I hate it and wish they'd never printed Gitaxian Probe. But inside of Storm I like casting Gitaxian Probe. Thanks, AJ Fire. Alright. The problem with going for Therapy here is that it lets him brainstorm in response. So I think I'm just gonna pass the turn, just like on how based on how flooded our hand is right now. We want to Cabal Therapy a little bit later when we have more information. Like, our opponent doesn't have a clock in play. If they want to play the Stoneforge Mystic, they have to tap out for a turn to do it. Yeah, and he's not going to tap out. Sweet. Or he is. And if you're doing this, you're tapping out. I mean, he has to get a clock into play. It's also possible that I just, like, Abrupt Decay the Stoneforge Mystic here. If he gets Batterskull, I think I'm just Abrupt Decaying the Stoneforge Mystic. Sword of Feast and Famine. Huh. Well, I think I'm just going to Abrupt Decay that after he spends infinite mana to put it into play and equip it. Feature another Abrupt Decay. Alright. So yeah, so I think we're just going to be doing that. Although, maybe I'm just supposed to kill this. Because I drew another Abrupt Decay. Yeah, I'm just going to kill the Stoneforge Mystic since we drew another Abrupt Decay. Because even this chipping away at us makes our Ad Nauseams much worse. So keeping a high life total is pretty important in this deck. Maybe I'm supposed to get a Badlands there so I can Burning Wish in case we draw another Burning Wish. Yeah, I think that's possible. Although this lets us brainstorm, and there's more brainstorms than other Burning Wishes in our deck. So opponent's hand right now is Brainstorm, Flusterstorm, Force of Will, Lightning Bolt, Red Elemental Blast, and then 2 cards we don't know. Ad Nauseam. Okay. So this is actually a phenomenal draw. Because what we can do now is we can Cabal Therapy him, and if he brainstorms to hide things in response, we name, like, Flusterstorm, because they'll probably hide the Flusterstorm, so we'll name Force. Oh, Swords in hand, too. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and Cabal Therapy him, And if he tries to hide things in response here, we can just like Dark Ritual and Ad Nauseam and go off. If he just says resolves, we can't go off this turn.
We could Burning Wish for Ponder. Oh, that's good. There's Ponders. Yeah, that's really good, actually. We might Burning Wish for Ponder if he just lets this resolve. I kind of like that. Look for another discard spell so we can go off with Ad Nauseam. I like that a lot, actually. Well, we could also Burning Wish for Thoughtseize, actually. Just let this resolve. So, I guess we take Flusterstorm, right? Yeah.
And he has 2 bolts in his hand, which is relevant to our Ad Nauseam. Oh yeah, he has Red Elemental Blast too. So yeah, I think we're definitely going for Thoughtseize here. And we're passing the turn here because we want to Thoughtseize the turn we're casting Ad Nauseam. So that way we want to Thoughtseize the turn we're casting Ad Nauseam. So that way we know that the coast is clear. He's probably shuffling away the Red Elemental Blast, and hopefully he shuffles away a Lightning Bolt, so that way we can go off with Ad Nauseam. Yeah, his hand was Fluster, Brainstorm, Force, Bolt, Red Elemental Blast, Sword of Feast and Famine. And we took the Flusterstorm. And again, this goes back to killing the Stoneforge Mystic was really good, because while he has a bunch of disruption, killing him or taking his clock away is powerful for us. In a perfect world, he shuffled away both bolts here, which would just be phenomenal for us. Even something like Meddling Mage isn't the end of the world here, because we have Abrupt Decay. I think you would have gotten him if he end-step Brainstorm in response to Ad Nauseam in response to another blue spell. Maybe, but I mean, like, I think I'd rather just like Thoughtseize him here and then go for it. Like, he has to have double force here, which he could have double force, I guess. Double force plus a 3rd blue card. So we don't know all of the cards in his hand because he brainstormed, so things changed around. He got Batterskull this time around. So we know one's a Batterskull, and we're pretty confident one's a Force. I doubt he'd get rid of the Force.
The question is how many Lightning Bolts he kept. Force, Pitching, Ponder.
Alright, well, thankfully we drew this Probe, so we get to see what's up. See how many bolts he has. Daze would be bad for us, then we can't Ad Nauseam this turn. Hopefully we see no bolts. Bolt, Batterskull. Alrighty. Right in Flame. So I think we just write Ritual and then try and draw as many cards as we can. I think that's the out. So we can only lose 6 life, so this Ad Nauseam has to be really good. Well, that's the start of a really good one. Is he dead? Is he dead? We can keep drawing until we go to 10. So he cast 1 spell, we cast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, he's dead. So no, do not repeat. We haven't played a land yet this turn. So we crack this and go to 9. And we get Underground Sea. Oh, we didn't even need to do that because we had Lotus Petal, right? Yeah, so we play this. Play this. Play this. Play this. And we don't need we could brainstorm for a storm count, but we don't need it, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so engage control, cast, burning wish, crack LED for black, crack LED for red, crack LED for blue. Get tendrils U for lethal. Oh, yeah, sometimes your ad nauseams are just really, really good. Oh, baby. All right, we got him. So we said we were going to rotate between Pauper, and Legacy. So we're going to go ahead and play a match here. Play a Pauper match. So for people that have not seen, actually I'm running an ad, so we're going to wait a minute before we talk about the deck and matches queuing. So we're 2-1 in this league. I'm going to take a minute and let the commercial I ran finish, and we'll get to it. We're definitely going to play first. Looks like commercial's almost done. Sweet. Commercial's done, so go ahead and yes. So this deck is basically a do-nothing control deck. This is literally our win condition. Our win condition is buying this card back over and over and over again and dealing 2 damage to each creature and each player. And Pristine Talisman gains us life while we do it, and we smile. We do it with a smile on our face. We are still planning to do some live proxy games. Sorry, counterfeit games or whatever Watsy wants to call it on stream at some point. At least until we get cease and desist messages. Although, what's it called? SCG can do it with proxies, so we should be able to too, right? Gurmag Angler is in the sideboard of the deck. So the main deck has... Can't attack unless you've cast a creature spell this turn. Interesting. That was a great draw. Innocent Blood. Playtest cards, that's what we're going with, right? Okay, so if SCG can do videos with playtest cards, I can stream with playtest cards, I assume. So at some point, we are going to, once we have a full spoiler, Matt and I are going to proxy some stuff up, and we got to figure out what our setup's going to have to be a little bit different because we want to be able to interact with Twitch chat while we play as well. So we need to figure out the details on how that's going to work, but we definitely plan to stream some new standard with playtest cards. All right, we're going to chain our Zeokdim just to keep our life total high. We're going to play Dimir Guildgate, and then if we hit a untapped land next turn, we can play Justice. Otherwise, we can play Pristine Talisman and guaranteed play Justice the following turn. Yeah, James, the problem with playing Creatures main in the Teachings deck is that you're turning on other mid-range and control decks game 1 removal spells. Is the issue, and that's not a place I want to be in life, is turning on their cards that would otherwise be dead. So this card, for those that aren't aware, adds a colorless mana and you gain a life. And since there's no mana burn, you just gain a life every turn with this card. So he's going to attack. I'm going to gain a life. We have 2 Justices in the deck, so we can spend the first one to clean up his board. We are running 1 Curse of the Bloody Tome as well. That is correct. So I'm going to go ahead and just spend this first one to 2-for-1 him here. We are playing both. Death Spark deals 1 damage. When you're up, keep Death Spark in your graveyard with a creature card directly above it. You may pay 1. That card's hot. That's a hot card right there. Gain a life before I forget. So he gets to return his Death Spark to his hand. The value. One of those really old graveyard order cards matter. It also makes a mana. This is a ramp spell. It's not just a bad Sun Droplet. And this always gains you a life. You don't have to take damage first. So it's different than Sun Droplet. It's not a bad Sun Droplet. Magic players are super hasty to make strictly better, strictly worse than comparisons between things a lot of the time. And it's just incorrect to be doing like strictly better, strictly worse comparisons a lot of the time. Would like to discard a land. We'll discard this island. Oh, look at that. We found a Radiant Fountain. Gain 2 life off my land. Nice red aggro deck, genius. The black card we cast does 2 damage to each creature and each player, and it buys back for 3 mana. This is literally our win condition. We have 2 of these in the deck, so the next one, we're just going to buy it back over and over and over again. We're going to counterspell the Goblin Matron because we don't have any sweepers left in the deck. Death Spark, sure. Okay, good. So he's just going to get to keep poking us. That's fine. We have a pristine talisman. So this game is effectively over, but it's not going to end for many turns. And that's just where the control player wants to be. The game has ended, but our opponent is going to continue playing Magic for some reason. This is Pauper. We are playing Pauper and Legacy tonight. Compulsive Research is a very powerful card. It sees Fringe play in Modern off and on. Log Conscript. So we're going to go ahead and cast Teachings here. And Teachings is going to get Exclude, which counters a creature spell and draws a card. Which is it's just the best. And maybe... yeah, I'm just going to let this resolve. We're actually supposed to save this for a Goblin Matron, I think. We can just Echoing Decay this idiot, and we'll cast another Teachings from our hand here at end step. Do I not have enough mana for this? I thought I did, right? Cast this, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that makes sense. I think it's too early to get Capsize. Eventually we can start capsizing all of his permanents back to his hand. So I think I'm just going to pick up another Exclude for now. I'm going to go ahead and do 1, 2, and cast this Chainer's Edict targeting you. And then he's going to Death, Spark us, or whatever. And our opponent concedes. Our opponent understands that the game has ended. It's just going to take us a while to actually end the game. So this seems like a good matchup to bring in Gurmag Angler. They just don't have a lot of cards that like interact with this card profitably. And probably, I guess Goblin Grenade kills this. Is Goblin Grenade a common? No, it's a... it doesn't say the rarity in MTG bot. Anyone know is Goblin Grenade a common? Shrivel seems great. Goblin Grenade is banned? Not common online. Sweet. I don't think Deprive is where we want to be in life. Like, returning a land to our hand against the aggro deck doesn't seem great. I think I'm going to board out Mystical Teachings and maybe Mind Games I could see going, or Capsize is probably too slow. Yeah, Capsize is probably too slow. Maybe I want to keep this Teachings and board out the Mind Games. I could see Negate and Dispel being okay, maybe, depending on like what... I'm not 100% sure what their spell makeup looks like, but I think I'm just going to hedge and just board in Shrivel and Gurmag Angler for this game and see how this feels. Got 650 people hanging out here tonight. I appreciate that. We had a bunch of new subs and we had a few donations, so I appreciate the support for that as well. I stream because I love it, but the more money I make doing it, the more time I'm able to devote to streaming as opposed to jobs that make actual money. This hand's a little clunky on the draw, but opponent mulligans, so we're going to hope for the best. And this might just be not keepable on the draw. This hand's definitely very good on the play, even in this matchup, but this might just be too bad on the draw, especially without a black source. He's going to get 2 cards in under... He just doesn't have another threat here? All right, well, this hand is great against what our opponent kept. So you can be the 100th one. All right, well, this hand is great when our opponent misses a land drop and doesn't have any more 1-drops. I'm not sure one land, only one drop is keepable on the play in his deck, but he can do him and I'll do me. Swamp sounds great. Evolving Wild sounds even better, though. Look at that. It's delve fodder for the Gurmag Angler. What a combo. There are links to my deck list below the stream. You're waiting to beat upper 100. We're going to cast Prohibit on this guy. And then next turn, we can Chainer's Edict this guy and still have Counterspell up, which is great. What if there are 4 people? Yeah, right? How many people are waiting to beat number 100? Go ahead and Chainer's Edict him. See Pikachu run on screen there. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate the support. Yeah, we're just going to Chainer's Edict this guy too. Avenkar's Justice. We're going to save that one probably as a win condition or to go a little bit bigger with. As soon as you hit 99, we're going to go watch it. I mean, I wouldn't complain about that. Bushwhacker kicked. I feel like I don't care about this. I'm probably going to exile these Chainer's Edicts to cast Gurmag Angler next turn, I think. Just leave Accumulated Knowledge in here. I feel like flashing back Edict is not something we need to be doing in this matchup, especially when we have Justice in our hand already. Yeah, I'm going to cast Big Fish, and I'm going to leave AK for when we draw another Accumulate Knowledge. For people who have never cast this card before, this card's a treat, and I hadn't cast it in a very long time until I played this format. It draws cards equal to the number of Accumulated Knowledges in all graveyards. So the first one draws 1 card, the second one draws 2 cards, the third one draws 3 cards, and you're just like, oh, rub them all over me. Love them. Love them. Goblin Matron. I'm going to counterspell Goblin Matron because it lets him, like, this is basically a 2-for-1. Jim Money 84 with the follow. Thank you for the support. If I don't catch your name when you follow, I apologize for that. I try to get most of them, but don't always get all of them. He's casting that with Dash, so we're going to go ahead and Devour Flesh him, and then we're going to Tragic Slip this idiot. So there's Morbid, because the creature died. You know, if Path Exile didn't exist in Modern, I would love it if that card got a reprint. It's really powerful. Opponent concedes. Well, that was nice and quick. Why not the other way around there? It really doesn't matter. No, actually it does matter. Devour Flesh gains the controller of the creature life. So this card gains him life, doesn't gain you life. You're thinking of Tribute to Hunger that gains the caster of the spell life. So, and people ask why this card instead of Diabolic Edict, because Diabolic Edict is also a common. This is because in matchups like the one we were just playing, occasionally you can Devour Flesh yourself when you have a Gurmag Angler out and gain 5 life with it in, like, absolute worst case scenario. All right, we're going to flip back over and we're just going to play alternating matches. So we'll go ahead and we'll queue up some tests here. If you missed any part of this stream, you can find links to my YouTube archives below the stream. I post all of them within a day usually, and you can search by format there or by deck. They're all filterable. All that jazz. So we're gonna go back to playing a match with the Epic Storm. This is Bryant Cook's deck list with one sideboard card changed. Hopefully he doesn't yell at me for that too badly. I wanted to massacre Bryant. I lost too many card games to Thalia. Illusion's not holding out, getting us to number 97. So whoever said they were going to be number 100, we're going to hold you to that. 97. I'm going to talk to my wife if we hit it. We're probably going to do it like Sunday afternoon into early Monday. This hand seems good. 2 Burning Wishes is a little awkward. Dan Neely. Oh, Mr. Neely. I know this is a buddy of mine that so fun fact, first Legacy Open I ever top 8'd, Dan Neely and I played in the quarterfinals, and he was playing 12 posts and I was playing Devastating Loam, and it was a slaughter. nicest guy. This Duress is probably medium. I think he's actually been playing a Chalice Loam deck. I'm gonna keep this hand. This hand needs some help and is weak to Wasteland, but I think this is a keep. I'd like this hand better on the draw actually, but Thoughtseize, Lingering Souls, Dark Confidant. Oh, look at all these fair Magic cards. None of them are Wasteland. Well, we'll take your Thoughtseize away. Pass the turn. I literally, the only card I have pre-ordered from the new set is the Frog. Actually, the only card I have ordered. Sprawn with the brand new sub, getting us up to 98 subs out of 100. We're working our way up. Crazy Eagle, we're number 99. It looks like we're gonna do a 12-hour stream this weekend. I'm gonna have to figure out when we're doing that. Oh, well, we need one more, but we're gonna do it. It looks like. Oh my, indeed. Tomcat coming through with sub number 100. Our first 12-hour stream goal met. We got in there. Oh, Tyranitar. Oh, there were 2. I missed it. There's a little bit of delay. Okay, we'll go to 101. All right, look at that. Well, thank you everyone for the support. I really appreciate that. Enjoy the emotes. Now my children have been laughing so much. I need to figure out, can we kill our